Stephen Harper is attempting to break an impasse over the Keystone XL pipeline. He sent a proposal to the U.S. president. Barack Obama had warned earlier this summer that Canada had to do more to fight carbon pollution before he would approve the pipeline. And now CBC News has learned the Prime Minister is willing to compromise. National Affairs editor Chris Hall broke this story and joins us from Ottawa to share the details. Chris.
Wendy, the Prime Minister wrote Barack Obama late last week to indicate that Canada is willing to work together and make concessions on greenhouse gas emissions and to ask the President what he would like Canada to do. The letter was sent before the G20 summit, where Prime Minister Harper had a brief one-on-one with Barack Obama. It proposes what Harper calls joint action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the oil and gas sector. Multiple sources tell CBC the goal is to provide Obama with political cover to approve the controversial $7 billion pipeline that would run straight through the American Midwest, connecting Alberta's oil sands to American refineries in Texas. Canada has already worked with the U.S. to develop common standards for reducing auto emissions, but the willingness to develop joint emission regulations for the energy sector is a significant concession from Canada. It comes after the President appeared to signal in June that he was leaning towards rejecting Keystone XL.
And our national interest will be served only if this project does not significantly exacerbate the problem of carbon pollution.
Environmentalists in the U.S. are lobbying hard against the pipeline, staging massive demonstrations outside the White House. With no clear signal from Obama, Canada is also stepping up its efforts, continuing to spend millions on a Go With Canada ad campaign to remind Americans that Canada is a secure and environmentally sensitive source of energy. The big question now, Wendy, is just how open Harper's offer really is. In this country, the Conservative government has consistently rejected any talk of a carbon tax. Will that still hold if the President, who holds the Keystone XL pipeline's fate in his hands, decides that's the way he wants to go?
And Chris, I need to ask you about another story. There's a development tonight on a story CBC News broke last night that the government is looking at different options for the helicopters that it wants to buy for the military. What do we know now?
Well, we know now that they've actually looked at one of those helicopters. It's called the Merlin, and it's in the UK. But people might remember it by a different name. It used to be called the EH-101, the helicopter that was famously cancelled by Prime Minister Jean Chrétien in 1993. So here we are 20 years on. The military still doesn't have new helicopters, and the ones that we could have had are potentially the ones the government wants to look at now.
Thanks so much, Chris. Chris Hall in Ottawa tonight.